Good morning, everyone. Have a seat, please. This is a very special Grade 8 gathering. The sevens will normally be here with you as well, but they are outdoor edding. And they are, I can't remember which camp they're at, actually. Where have the sevens gone? Thunderbird. Okay, super. So anyway, I hope the start up to the year is going well for you, and that you're having a good week. You're probably starting to get into the thick of it, and you've probably got sort of assignments and projects happening now as well. So hopefully that's all going well for you. Today there's going to be a focus on Terry Fox, as we often do at this time of year. We're just getting ourselves set for our Terry Fox run, and I think it's always appropriate to review who he was, what he did, why his actions were so significant for this country, but also for cancer and the research behind it, and all of the inspiration that he's brought to that area. So we've got a guest speaker today for you in the form of our athletic director, Miss Smith, who knows a lot about running and is also hugely fond of the Terry Fox story and journey. So I'll pass over to Miss Smith.
Good morning, everybody. I am Miss Smith. I'm the athletic director, as Mr. Monroe said, and I've met some of you, and I just wanted to say hello because I'm new to some students here. And my office is opposite Maria's in Spurgeon. So if you ever want to talk about sports or are worried or interested in what's going on with athletics here, this is me, and you can come find me. Before I start, I'm actually going to show a video. I want to start with the video of Terry Fox because this particular video really shows what kind of a human Terry was, as well as the legacy that he has left with his Marathon of Hope. So we'll just take a few minutes and watch the video first.
Maybe I won't make it, but if it's up to me, I think I can do it.
Terry Fox was an 18-year-old from British Columbia when he was diagnosed with bone cancer in his right knee. Amputation and chemotherapy left him with an artificial leg, and memories of those still in the cancer ward.
Kids my age and younger, and you just can't leave something like that and try and forget it, and I couldn't anyway. I had to try and do something about it.
And so he did. Terry trained on his new leg for 14 months, then told his family that he would run east to west across Canada, hoping to raise $1 million for cancer research. On April 12, 1980, at the easternmost point of Canada, it began, the Marathon of Hope. And Terry would do it by running 26 miles, a marathon, every single day. With his best friend Doug Allward and brother Daryl following in a support van, 21-year-old Terry would rise at 4 a.m. to run 12 miles, rest, then do 14 miles in the afternoon, seeking donations across lonely expanses of highway. In Toronto, thousands cheered him. For Canadians, Terry had become an inspirational hero. But what inspired Terry were the children he was trying so hard to help. Children like Greg Scott.
I'm crying now because there's somebody here right now who is going through the same thing that I went through. Exact same thing, and he's only 10 years old. And I had the most inspirational day of my life today.
And so Terry gave himself an afternoon off from the Marathon of Hope to swim with Greg. It was just the fourth day off in 137 days on the road. As he approached the city of Thunder Bay on September 1st, Terry Fox had run 3,339 miles. He was on this stretch of road, at this white marker, when he asked to be taken to the hospital. From a stretcher, Terry shared the news of his diagnosis.
The cancer had spread, and now I've got cancer in my lungs. And we got to go home and try and do some more treatment. But all I can say is if there's any way I can get out there again and finish it, I will.
So I was in grade 8 in Nova Scotia, which is where I grew up, when Terry Fox began his run across Canada. And the very next year, he had passed away, and the Terry Fox Community Run started, and they had been going every year since I was in grade 8. So the story of Terry Fox has followed me throughout my whole life. And tomorrow we are going to do a school-wide Terry Fox run. And I wanted to show this video because Terry Fox is a national hero. And when a lot of people think of Terry Fox, they think of his Marathon of Hope, and they think they can visualize him. He was an amputee, and he ran with this interesting skipping gait, which nowadays he wouldn't have to do. Nowadays he would have been given a proper running prosthesis, which allows people to run with a certain gait. I remember being a teenager and thinking Terry was so brave for putting himself out there and doing this run across Canada. And then people also think about his having raised millions and millions of dollars for cancer research since he passed away and started the Marathon of Hope. There's no doubt that Terry was incredibly gritty and incredibly tough. The average person has trouble running one marathon, let alone running marathon day after day after day for 144 days. Even a really fit person would have to deal with a lot of discomfort. They would probably get an overuse injury that they'd have to run with every day. They would get blisters on their feet. Terry used to get really bad blisters on the stump of his leg because it didn't really fit into the prosthesis that well. So most of the time, if you read through Terry's journals, he was in a lot of discomfort and he was in a lot of pain, and he was really, really tired most of the time. But he just kept on doing it because he had a mission, and his mission was to try to help other people. There's a quote that I found which kind of sums up his story and what he was doing. He said, "It took cancer to realize that being self-centered is not the way to live. The answer is to try and help others." And I think this shows the side of Terry that I am so I'm so not just interested in, I'm so admiring. And that is, Terry had really deep empathy and he had enormous generosity. So he was in a cancer ward, he had cancer treatment, he had to have his leg amputated, which in itself is a really big deal for a human being. And yet he looked around and he saw other kids, like that 10-year-old in the video, and he was thinking about them and how they were suffering. And so really all he wanted to do is, he didn't want to think of himself in his own plight. He wanted to come up with a way to help other kids suffer less. And that's what the Marathon of Hope is all about. And I just think his generosity, his giving of himself and his time is one of the things that has continued to inspire me through my life. And I just, and that generosity of spirit is interesting, because generosity is not just about giving money or giving things to other people, giving gifts to other people. Generosity is giving yourself. And his generosity caused other people to want to give towards the Marathon of Hope and raise money for cancer research. So the message here is that tomorrow we have our own Terry Fox run at the school. Everybody's going to do it as a community. We're going to, from K to 12, we're all going to go and run the Terry Fox we are all going to go and run the Terry Fox Run together as a group. And as you're doing it tomorrow, I want you to just think about that generosity. So you can bring your toonies in, and the school will make sure that those donations get to the Terry Fox Foundation. But I just want you to bring your spirit. I want you to bring your spirit to this Terry Fox Run that we're going to do at school. And I want you to support each other throughout the whole school, and just go and really enjoy yourselves tomorrow during the run, and really celebrate the fact that you have your health. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. That's, again, really, really good. Terry Fox has been an inspiration for someone like me for quite a long time. And I actually didn't discover Terry Fox really until 1986. What's that? That's about 38 years ago, isn't it? Is that my math right there? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and because obviously I hadn't really heard about him in Scotland, and I came to Canada in 1986. And that very first September, so I came in July, and that very first September, I watched that video of Terry Fox, and it affected me forever. I can say that. You know, you will find that as you go through life, every now and then something will happen that will change the way you look at the world, and I can honestly say that Terry Fox did that for me. He embodied. I didn't know it until I really analyzed it, but he embodied everything that I believed in terms of the need to help others, the essential kindness, the willingness to really put yourself out for other people, the courage that we all aspire to have, the ability to push on and push through when things get tough and painful and difficult. All of those and a lot more, right? And so I just, I completely endorse Ms. Smith's message about the Terry Fox Run. I mean, you look at me and you look at my age, but I cannot not run the Terry Fox Run every year. It's just a matter of principle, and you know, and when I can't run anymore or walk anymore, I'll find some way of doing a Terry Fox Run, because it's just that important. So let's get behind it. Let's think about it more than anything else. It's not just another thing that happens at school. We're trying to make it something more than that, something that causes you to think about others and think about yourself and think about your responsibility to others. And something that inspires you. That word comes up all the time when you talk about Terry Fox. He wanted to inspire people. He wanted to inspire people. That you heard him talking about the young kids that were in the cancer ward, the young kids 10 years old and younger, and he wanted to give them hope. Because hope is such an important quality when people are going through the real challenges that life throws you. You have to have hope. Hope makes you believe that it's worth continuing, that there's something good is going to happen. So it was a marathon of hope, as Ms. Smith said. It's and we honor that tradition. So let's do that on tomorrow. And think about the kindness aspect, because as we are so committed at QMS to kindness. As a community, we're remarkable. I would say that to you. We are remarkable in our commitment to kindness, our genuine commitment to kindness. And kindness in every way, in tiny ways and in bigger ways, right? And as I've said before, kindness actually involves putting yourself out. Like putting yourself out in some way, shape or form. Even if somebody drops something and you pick it up for them, you're actually putting yourself out a little bit. Sometimes you're putting yourself out in a big way because you don't actually have time to do this something nice for somebody, but you do it anyway. So, yeah, keep kindness as our driving force at QMS, and we'll create the kind of community that we love and aspire to create, and everybody will benefit from it. So, well done on a good start to the school year, and keep up the good work. Okay, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Oh, we're going to sing? Oh, I thought we were going out. We're going to sing?
Yeah, it's one of Mr. Robertson's favourite parts of the chapel gathering. So I know there's a few looks on the faces there we nearly escaped without having to sing. But I would argue that the shared experience of singing is such a powerful thing. And hopefully over time, I mean, some of you may also share that thought, but over time I'm hoping that the more we come together in this space with others too, that we get that sort of harmonious feeling of doing something together that's purposeful, as we're obviously about to do tomorrow. So we're going to sing the school song, and the idea is that we're actually going to try and sing this more frequently this year, and so that by the time you get to grade 11, grade 12, and you're singing it for the last time before you graduate, you might even start to think, I'm going to miss singing this, and I'm looking forward to coming back and singing it again when I'm at university or when I'm off working wherever it is. Okay? So the school song, I know some of you are not that familiar with it, and that's what this is about. We're gaining and building a familiarity, and this is going to be one of those rituals that we'll come back to. Think about the words as well while you're singing it. Think about what this means for you, what some of those phrases mean, and how you can make meaning of them in your lives as well. We're just one grade this morning. We don't have the grade 7s, but we're going to put everything into it. You might sometimes feel like you're in grade 8, I'm just starting my high school stage, my year, I'm the youngest in the high school, and so what sort of influence can I have on a community or a culture? And I would argue that you can have an enormous one. And I think that our behaviors rather than our age define far more who we are. So we'll give it our best shot this morning. We may pause after the second verse. We'll see how it's going, but we'll try and get through the whole of the school song. Please stand.
Well done, everybody. That's a great start. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
you.